I recently received a request for a video about our pantry shopping and specifically how we do our like refillery pantry shopping. So if you follow me on Instagram, you've probably seen that we do a lot of our shopping using our own jars and containers that we take in to get refilled at our local bulk store. Honestly, it's become a second nature to us over the last few years and just like part of our normal routine. And I actually really love it. If that's something you might be interested in, please keep watching. I've split today's video into 3 parts. Number 1, I'm going to talk about the benefits of like refillery shopping and organizing your pantry in that way. Number 2 is I'm going to share sort of like my 5-step process of how we do it every single month. And number 3, I'm going to share a few tips for success to make refillery shopping work for you. A couple of quick points before we get started. Number 1, I'm going to use the term like refillery shopping just basically out of ease. I find that typically that term is used more when you're shopping for things like soap or like laundry detergent or shampoo, things like that. However, it's essentially the exact same thing, but instead of buying shampoo and soap, I am buying like flour and pancake mix and pasta. Secondly, I'm going to talk about how we do our shopping specifically at our local store, which is called the Bulk Barn, which is a Canadian company. That's just what we have in our city, so that's what I'm going to refer to and sort of talk about. However, all of the information will really relate to any sort of like bulk refillery shop that might be in your area. And Bulk Barn is not sponsoring this video or anything like that. These opinions are completely and entirely just my own. For anyone who is new, my name is Marianne. I live here in Canada with my kids, my husband and kids, ages 6 and 8, and I make videos on simplifying life and motherhood at 3 easy, organization and decluttering. If you like videos like that, please like and subscribe for more just like it. All right, so number 1 are the benefits. Why the heck would or should anyone be interested in refillery shopping for their pantry? Number 1, and the most obvious, is like less packaging, less waste, less garbage. Now, most of my content and my videos are about decluttering, and I am absolutely and passionately obsessed with creating and maintaining super simplified, calm, and efficient spaces. However, that whole world of like sort of decluttering and living with less, and then that world of becoming like environmentally friendly and reducing waste and garbage, often like there's a lot of overlap and they sort of go hand in hand, and this is a great example of that. I also find that as we create these spaces that we love, we become like more and more picky about what we let into our home and into our spaces and into our house. So by reducing the amount of garbage that's coming in, inevitably it makes that like simpler, calmer, more efficient home. Benefit number 2 is that using that refillery is going to reduce the sort of frustration that comes with decanting sometimes. So if you already love decanting and you like know the benefits of being able to have like your pantry full of like jars and clear containers, you can kind of see everything you have and you know how much you have left of everything, and it's just in a lot of ways a little bit easier to manage. However, the unfortunate part of decanting when you're buying things from the grocery store, that sometimes, you know, those like reels and memes about how you have a bag of sugar and then you put it into your container and it doesn't quite fit, and then you're stuck with like a half a bag of sugar and then your decanted container of sugar. By doing the refillery and using the refillery at the bulk store, that eliminates that issue altogether because you can control exactly how much you buy of each item. I have an example of this in my pantry, unfortunately, right now. So this is the container I usually use to buy brown sugar, and I would take it normally to the bulk store, but for whatever reason, probably last month I was like rushing, and so I ended up buying a bag of brown sugar, but I couldn't fit the entire thing into my jar. So unfortunately, I'm stuck with now having to manage a jar and like a half of bag of sugar, which is obviously very annoying. So love that I usually don't have to deal with this anymore because we just refill ourselves. Benefit number 3 is that I find refillery saves money. And again, you're saving money because you can control how much you buy of each item. As a professional organizer, when we are organizing kitchens and pantries for people, we inevitably throw out quite a bit of food. And this does not have anything to do with the homeowner being like lazy or incompetent or even disorganized, but it's just that a homeowner can only manage so much food at once. This is a very common one I find with A, snacks, and B, like special occasion or party food. Just this weekend when we went, let me grab an example. They really loved the idea when we were there of these graham crackers. And if you know graham crackers, sometimes when you're buying them at the grocery store, they only come in like these huge packages, again, of like 100 graham crackers. But I know for a fact that graham crackers, it is not summer right now, so we're not making s'mores, and I know that they will love the idea of these for about a week. I've put them in their lunch the last couple of days with a few little like chocolates and a marshmallow. They can't actually make a s'more, but they think it is, they think it's fun, and they will love it for a week. And then luckily, the graham crackers will be gone and they won't have to throw a single one out, and I won't be stuck with a huge box of them like for the next 6 months. Like I said, similar to party food or special occasion food, a great example are sprinkles. You'll sometimes be like, oh, I'm at the grocery store and this whole huge pack of Christmas sprinkles is only $5, which sounds like an amazing deal. However, it would take me 25 Christmases to use up all these sprinkles. There's no way I can possibly use them all up before they go bad, and they will just get tossed. So what I love about at Refillery Shopping, I can control how many I get, and this is a great example of these little sprinkles that are pink and purple and turquoise, and I think even last year I got ones that were specifically had like unicorns, and my 6-year-old loves them. She will not love them forever. So I love that I can get a very small amount, use them for her birthday party this year, for her little cupcake, sprinkle a few on, she'll think they're amazing, and then I'm not stuck with them the other 364 days out of the year, and I don't have to get stuck with a huge pack that I just have to throw out when she turns 10 and is too cool for unicorns anymore. All right, our step-by-step process. It is very, very easy. It is one of those things where, you know, when you're like used to doing something one way for your entire life, so kind of doing even the small tweak to it, especially once you become an adult, you get used to like feeling like you should know what to do when you go to the store. So I totally get that it's kind of like, it feels weird at first and you feel like people are gonna think, what the heck is this lady doing? But honestly, you do it one time and you've done it 100 times. You won't think anything of it as soon as you start. Number one is I make a list. We do our meal planning and grocery shopping for 2 weeks at a time. So what I'm doing while I'm doing my meal plan and make my list, I am also doing like a little secondary list off to the side, which are items that I know I actually prefer and can get at our bulk store through like a Refillery. So I'm just making that list so that I know I'm gonna stick to only buying what I need and what we actually want. Number two is I'm going to grab my jars and pack them. I have dedicated one shelf in my kitchen to where my jars are, and I only keep that amount. And I also usually grab a few things out of my like food storage, like my Tupperware drawer. So a lot of food containers like this that have just like a little lid, like that, or this is a nice one because again, it's super little. So sometimes if I need like almonds, I need like a certain type of almond that I want to sprinkle on like a recipe that I'm making that week, but I don't want to buy a ton of them, then it's like a small tiny container like this is perfect for that. I will even take in plastic containers, especially when I first started, or if I'm running low on glass jars for whatever reason, like as long as they're clean. This one, I think it's stained because probably we warmed up spaghetti sauce in it at one point. Like who doesn't have at least one jar like this? Anyway, so as long as they're clean, any container will do. I usually also toss in a couple of those reusable bags that I would use for fruits and veggies at the store. They are perfect for if I'm getting like pasta or anything bulkier like that that's not gonna fall through the holes in the bag. Number three, as soon as I get to the store, I walk directly to the cashier and have them weigh my jars for me. This is a super quick process. It only takes probably like 90 seconds, maybe 2 minutes, but it is crucial. So please do not forget, as soon as you walk into the store, take your jars directly to the cash and have them weigh them for you. They will write the lid, they'll write the weight right on the top of the jar with their like little marker. You can't really see it there, but you can see I've taken this one in multiple times. And then when you end up going to pay, they just subtract the amount, like the weight of the jar from whatever you're buying, so that you're obviously not paying for however much the jar weighs. Number four, you shop. You walk through the store and you fill your jars. It's that easy. You just fill them up with whatever you want and take them to the cash to pay. Number five, last step, is you head home, refill your pantry with everything you just brought home, and then enjoy. Okay, I have 3 tips for making Refillery Shopping work for you? Tip number one is to start slow. Like I've been saying, same thing with decluttering. I'm really focusing this year on consistency over intensity. So instead of just diving right in and thinking, I'm never buying an item that's in packaging ever again for the rest of my life, it probably isn't gonna work. I really encourage you to focus on things that you already use a lot of, things you know are gonna be a success, and things that are kind of like easy to make the transition for you. Honestly, we probably started shopping there like super irregularly, and it's just very slowly evolved into becoming a habit for us and making it easy for me to incorporate more and more items into like a low waste or like waste-free shopping instead of just like doing it all at once. A lot of our favorite things that we get are really just like snacks for the kids. So like some of these puffy things are like flour, sugar, brown sugar, because I know I use them already. And then I slowly added like more and more things. One thing we always buy now is popcorn. Annie Rose in particular, our youngest, loves popcorn, so I like having this on hand, and I know that we can easily make it in a paper bag in our microwave, so that's one we've really incorporated a lot. But like I said, be realistic. I still have like goldfish crackers that we got at the store. We don't get every single item through the Refillery. It's just slowly evolving and slowly like creating momentum for us. So one of the biggest tips is to start slow and start small. Number two is to check for deals. The one thing I love about our bulk barn is they have sustainable Sundays, they call it. So every Sunday, if I take my jars in on Sunday, everything that I buy that's in my own container, I instantly get 15% off. So my entire order, typically I'll get 15% off if I happen to go on a Sunday. They also have a coupon on their website every single week. So I just quickly usually grab that either before I leave for the store or when I'm standing in line waiting. I'll just pull that up on my phone and I instantly get either $3 or $5 off. I think if you spend $20, you get $5 off, which is quite a bit. So I feel like in our area anyway, that there's usually quite a few deals and coupons. Number three is to be picky about your jars and don't just like overrun yourself with jars. So I personally like love jars, like I mentioned. However, even I am quite picky. If you find any that have a wide mouth, typically for refilling with pantry items, those are like my go-tos. Because if you all of a sudden your kitchen is overwhelmed with like containers and jars and you're not really utilizing them all, it might just become too much to manage and then it kind of backfires. My prediction is that this way of shopping, refilling for pantries is going to become more and more prominent and more of like the norm over the next few years, or at least that's my hope, I guess. So I really encourage you, if it's something you've ever thought about or been interested in, honestly, it is so easy. I absolutely love it. So I really encourage you to really start slow and really just give it a chance if you've ever been interested in it. If you have other questions about this style of shopping or just about pantries in general, please leave them below. If you have any requests for videos like pertaining to pantries at all, I know they can be a huge struggle for a lot of people. Again, please leave that below. I'm happy to make any videos you're interested in. And that's everything for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for being here. Honestly, it means more than you know. And have a great day, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye guys.